Okay, everybody, it's time for the road to Starrcade here on WCW 2002. It's the first week of Nitro after Mayhem, where we had Goldberg win the Mayhem tournament and immediately call his shot for a title shot at Starrcade. Can retain his WCW World Heavyweight title, and lots of other fun stuff. So let's get going. And first up, we got Gail Kim and Kim Nielsen in a pre-show match, defeating cheerleader Melissa from developmental as well, and Jordan Cole in 10-15 when Gail Kim defeated cheerleader Melissa by submission. 54C minus. Remember, these scores are slightly inflated because the Southwest is where my women's, training fed is. But still, a solid match. And then next up, we had, there we go. Dustin Rhodes and Fit Finlay defeating Elix Skipper and Kid Romeo in 10:02 when Rhodes defeated Romeo by pinfall with the Bulldog. That gets 62C, and this was just a testing match for a possible future team. But I just wanted to test one more thing before I officially let it go. But anyway, we're on to the show, and the show opens up with the Horsemen. Canyon still is the world champion. Sharon and Douglas are still the tag team champions. Canyon basically says, nobody's still better than Canyon. Goldberg managed to, win the Mayhem tournament, but it doesn't matter. He's the past. I'm the future. I'm part of the greatest group in pro wrestling history. He beat up a bunch of ham and eggers on his way to 100 wins, and that was all he's, good for. Flair does a typical Ric Flair promo, says, I did my best. That Punk Goldberg got lucky, but he wouldn't get lucky again. But, I'm still the greatest player in the game. Canyon's still the world champion. During this, say, by hook or crook, they're still the world tag team champion. It doesn't matter what those young punks are ready to complain about. They're still the champs, and they aren't. Basically, they're off to party tonight, continue their celebration over their success at Mayhem. So 96 A star, and this kind of writes them out for the night because basically didn't want to push a huge main event involving Horsemen yet, but still 96 A star because guess what? These guys are really good, and I just realized I forgot to change the storylines up. Oh well, it's not the end of the world. So next up we got Billy Kidman defeating Cody Guerrero in a non-title match, 7-14 with a Rydeen bomb. So yeah, you can't powerbomb Kidman, which he proves by powerbombing somebody. 74B minus, so solid match. This is just your basic, heel going over a lower opponent, in this case Cody Guerrero. And then post-match, basically, it's a Kidman promo, talking about how great he is, how he, won the U.S. title back, it's back around his waist where it belongs. Rey Jr. comes out, challenges to a title match, says, we never finished after you, turned on me. Kidman's like, what have you done lately? Lost a bunch of tag matches. Jr. Ray points out he won last night at Mayhem. Yeah, and he's like, yeah, with RVD's help. But, he says, Kidman's like, I'm feeling gracious. So if you beat a chosen opponent of me next week, I'll think about giving you a U.S. title shot. 72 B minus, which is actually a lot better than I expected, so there we go. Then we have America's Most Wanted defeating Yang and Jamie Noble in 7:26 with Chris Harris getting the pin over Yang. 64C. Solid match. And then basically AMW promo have they ended, the legend of the Road Warriors last night, and now they're going to move back to the top of the tag team division sooner or later. Then Dustin Rhodes surprisingly comes out. He's like, you think you're the first young punks, you think you can beat up some, veterans and, call yourself the new hot thing in town. Well, show up next week and have somebody with me to take you on, full force. And America's One is like, don't you have some paint to put on or to get beat up again or to go cry to your daddy? But okay, well, we'll take you out next week. 62C. So there you go. And then, wow, this is awesome. And basically, we go earlier tonight. So Goldberg's in the gym, basically, doing training, doing Goldberg things in the gym. Steiner basically interrupts him with Majiza. Wow, I destroyed that name. And Steiner's like, I never got my rematch. I never got my real rematch. So how about this? Next week, if you're not a bitch, you take me on, Goldberg, and you put your title shot on the line. Goldberg's like, you're next. And then they almost brawl, but people get in the middle. Probably developmental guys or power plant guys or whatever. But an underday star because Steiner is awesome and Goldberg is slightly less awesome, but still awesome. Then we have our women's match. Amber O'Neal defeating Emi Sakura in 5:27 by pinfall, 57C minus. Amber O'Neal's Aaron heel gimmick got it great. That's good. 57C minus. So yeah, this, to be sure, remember she basically, interfered in the aftermath of the women's title match last night. And then, she has a post-match promo where she basically like, Jordan Cole, you played up to, you kissed up to the trainers, you kissed up to WCW suits, and you got on TV when, up to nights where you didn't deserve it. When somebody like me, a former American Wrestling Queens champion, was, still stuck there when I should be right here live on Nitro. So I didn't wait to be given. I took what I deserved last night. And now you need to take me on to prove you even belong here. So 45D, solid promo, there you go. And she came across well. Maybe a future star, who knows? Then basically we have a Kevin Nash in ring. He comes out to the ring. He plays it up in his Kevin Nash way that he might be like retiring. And then Shane Helms comes out with Reno and Cash. Helms is like, no, I'm the future of WCW. You're going to either get out of here, go back to Detroit, or whatever trash city you're from, and you're going to let the future of WCW, hang around. Nash says shooty things about Helms being small, because that's what Kevin Nash would do no matter what. And, Helms goes to attack him. There's a brawl. Nash gets easy managed because he's still 7-foot Kevin Nash. And then out of nowhere, Gigantes attacks him and is about to go for a chokeslam when WCW officials run in. So 83B+. And then Morningstar is doing a promo backstage about how like he's defeated all the competition in WCW. When Bischoff interrupts, like, yeah, sorry, yeah, I thought I told you, but actually there'll be a cruiserweight scramble at Starrcade. It'll involve international stars, and yeah, you'll have lots of competition. So I'm sure you're happy with that. After all, you're a competitor, right? And then he sort of walks away. 78B. And then RVD pins Sean Stasiak in 7:44 by pinfall to 5-star frog splash. Just your basic get RVD over match. 73B minus. And then basically afterwards, RVD calls out Ric Flair. He's like, Flair, you screwed me over in the tournament, so I want you again. I'm RVD, and you're just wrinkled old trash. So take me on, because I want to be the man, so I better beat the man, right? And then that's it, 85B+, because RVD's getting real over. Then we have an air raid promo backstage, which gets a 70C+. Basically, they talk to Bischoff, and he'll have an answer for them next week as far as getting a rematch for their tag titles. Just a straight ahead thing, 70C+. And then we have Booker T defeating Mike Awesome in 10:46 by pinfall with the Harlem Hangover. Basically, what I see happening here is basically Lance Storm coming in and trying to attack Booker. But before he can actually hit the big super kick on Booker, Jack Malone running down and basically getting rid of Storm. Things get messy. Booker T gets the win, and then there you go. So that gets a 79B. And then afterwards, there's basically a post-match argument, pushing and shoving, yelling, all sorts of fun stuff. That gets an 81B. And then in our wacky main event, which I expected not to do as well as the Booker T Awesome match, but I need this for booking reasons. Sting and DDP defeating Vampiro and Lestat in 10:23 when DDP pinned Lestat by pinfall with the Diamond Cutter. This match had a lot of interference. Macias started to get Sting. Macias attacked DDP. Lex Luger also interfered with Lestat. So this was just a mess of a match. It got a 77B. Vamp got an 81, 92. Sting got an 81. Yeah, it was a wacky interference-filled main event, and that continued with the big brawl involving everybody in our Light versus Darkness feud, and that gets a 95A star. So there you go. And then, yeah, 88B+. So really good show. This starts the road to Starrcade, so like you saw. Next week will be Goldberg versus Steiner. An answer about the tag title match. Rey Jr. versus an opponent of Kidman's choosing to get the U.S. title shot. Probably more fun with the Light versus Darkness feud, and I'm sure other stuff. So let's just first look at Raw's War, see if anything interesting happened there. Eddie Guerrero defeated Edge in their Automatic 99 match, because that's, of course, what they can do. Boo. Okay, yeah, people want money. I'll take care of that off screen. Anything else? Nash, okay, I mean, you're actually sort of right. Well, that's just wrong. Like, empirically, that's just wrong. I'm sorry, Scott. And, I mean, you actually might be kind of right about that one. Anyway, that's all for now. So go ahead and give this a like if you're enjoying it. Comment on what you're liking or not liking below. And subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of this. See you later. Adios. Goodbye.